Go on.
I'm going, Jesus.
Oh, I heard
Fuck all.
All right. I'm telling you this because you're my lawyer and you can't fucking say otherwise.
Yeah.
Right? I'm throwing Draider's criminal case, so he doesn't get any charges.
Oh, okay. That's after this.
That's after this.
So
I'm obviously quite aware that there's a very good chance I'm going to get perjury for it.
Yep.
There's a reason why I'm doing it. It is a very legal reason why I'm doing it. But I need Draider to pay me money afterwards.
Okay.
Look,
Well, we'll see
I
how
don't do
this one
anything
goes,
for
I
free.
guess.
Yeah. So we win this, and then I move on to getting money for him for his criminal case, and then I throw said criminal case, and then I win again.
Okay. Let's go through these questions I'm going to ask you.
Yes.
How are you today?
Pretty good. It's a little bit
Your
raining
legs
outside.
sore. Your
Can you
legs sore.
shut the fuck up and listen?
Your legs sore.
No, just listen, okay?
Yep.
I'm feeling not too bad, but because it's a cold day outside, my leg starts to ache a lot when it's cold.
Okay. That's good.
See?
How do you know Gage Draider?
As a police officer, that always seems very angry whenever he arrests me.
Are you friends?
Oh, definitely not.
Have you had conflicts in the past?
Several conflicts before, actually. He will tase me constantly while I'm doing nothing wrong.
Do you know Mr. Draider's girlfriend, Lisa Atkins?
Yes, she's a DOC.
On the day... actually, no, these are questions I should move, actually. I'll ask these anyway, and I'll ask them later in the piece. Did you stuff DOC officer Lisa Atkins in the prison oven like she was a Thanksgiving turkey?
No, because there was no report about it.
I think we say yes. And I'll tell
Really?
you why. Yeah,
All right.
we want to lead... We're trying to establish that he had hatred for you. And
Okay.
you fucked with his girlfriend.
Yes, I
And-
most definitely shoved her in the oven.
How many
turned
times?
the cunt on? Twice.
Okay. I asked if you turned it on later, so that's good you already got that. Why did you stuff her in the oven?
Because she was harassing me in the prison, so I had enough of it.
Did she fit fully in the oven?
No,
I want
but
you to
unfortunately I could
elaborate
only
on
fit her top half and the fucking arm in there.
Yeah, so I want you to elaborate. She was dangling and waving her arms around like she was trying to fly or something like that, you know?
Yeah, well, that's what was happening. She was dangling and I
Yep.
couldn't fit her in there. I tried to like boot her in there a fair bit, to jam her the fuck in there, but I couldn't.
Did Mr. Officer Draider ever talk to you about doing this to his girlfriend?
Yes, he actually showed a lot of resentment towards me for doing it.
Okay.
And that's legit. He fucking did. He hated me.
Yeah. Nick, we need to move those questions down a bit more to on the day.
Yeah, no worries.
Or we change it to, did you stuff to have you ever? So we can ask about it. And then we can ask about the day in question.
Yeah, because I didn't put her in the oven on that day. It was
Yeah.
days before then.
So
she's
have
had
you
plenty
ever
of time to
stuffed?
stew about it.
Okay, fast forward to the day in question of the incident, September 23rd, 2020. Why were you in jail on this day?
Fuck, I don't even remember why I was in jail. Why I was in jail?
Robbery.
I did a robbery. What did I rob? Jewelry store, probably?
Bank.
All right, I robbed a bank. I
You
robbed
can't
a lot of
crash and
shit.
got caught. Anyway,
Oh,
was Miss Atkins on duty?
yes.
Do you try and stuff her into the oven on this day?
No.
Do you assault Miss Atkins?
Yes, I tried to do a one-man riot. Because they dared me to one-man riot. I'll give them that too. They
Okay.
said, you won't one-man riot, and I did. No,
Perfect.
I won.
Did you steal anything from Miss Atkins?
I took money off her and bandages, and then I was going to give her money back to her, which is when I realized I gave too much money back to her. So I took that money back, and that's when Draider came in, Clarence, and shot me.
Okay, so that covers what happened when police arrived at the prison. Who shot you? Where you shot? Where did you receive medical treatment?
At Bolingbroke Penitentiary, the infirmary.
Infirmary, perfect. When you woke up, were you handcuffed?
Yes.
Mm,
Do you know who treated you?
It was a local DOC doctor.
What happened when you woke up?
I woke up to Draider pointing his PDAR at me, which then he proceeded to unload his weapon into my leg until
Why
I was
did he shoot you?
incapacitated. There may have been some words said from me. Well, there were words said from me about him and his girlfriend. I don't remember exactly the words that I said.
Cool. No, that's fine. We want the antagonization there on record.
Yep.
Uh,
Honestly, it would have been something in the lines of me saying that I'll do this. If you shoot me, I'll stuff your girlfriend in the oven again.
Gotcha. Did anyone apply bandages to your wounds?
Not to my recollection, but I did pass out pretty quickly.
Do you know who treated you?
Dr. Clementine.
Okay. Her last name's Carini, but Clementine's fine as well.
Cool.
I would then ask, do you know how long it was between you getting shot by Officer Draider and her treating you?
That's a bit of an odd one because there was a fair bit of a headache in between.
Okay, gotcha.
So
I won't ask that one.
Avoid that one, yeah. There was a fairly substantial headache.
Yep. So she wasn't in the room or in prison
No,
at the time?
I believe she had to be woken up.
So I'm just going to ask a question here. Was she in the room at the time Officer Draider shot you? And it'll be no.
She wasn't even on the prison grounds.
Okay. I still want to get it on record that there was a lot of time in between because I think it just clarifies, and you can say you passed out with a massive headache and there was a bit of time between. I think it's worth clarifying that. Just we don't want to, you know.
So I passed out, but there was a headache in between.
have a look over those questions again at the order and everything. I rearranged it all. And made some small addendums to the opening.
Okay. How was your leg the day after the incident?
Reggie?
Reggie!
Hello?
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, we got you now.
Oh, I was about to fucking... Yeah, it was very fucking sore. Extremely sore, and I had to wear a splint at the doctor's orders.
Did this prevent you from working at Harmony?
It did, because trying to get to Harmony is a little bit difficult when you've got a leg like I had. And, you know, it does require a lot of kneeling to get underneath the engine sometimes, especially when you need to change the oil in a car. You've got to lay down and get under the car, which was pretty much impossible for me to do. So if you go through the Harmony records, you'd notice that there was a big gap in the amount of work that I used to do compared to what I did after the injury.
Were you arrested for any crimes over the three days following your release?
Not even a ticket.
I'd probably just avoid the records thing because you don't have the records and evidence.
Oh, true.
Of course.
I just build up how much it impeded you at work, but just avoid mentioning the actual paper trail of that.
You worked, but just not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Office duties,
that's all I've
that
got,
sort of
really.
thing.
Yeah, you weren't able to work on cars. You had to sell lockpicks and various other things that were
Administrative duties.
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah. All right. I was on bitch
Paperwork.
duties. Yeah, bitch
Yep.
duties.
Is there anything that you think I'll get out of Lisa or Clementine that's important?
Clementine noticed where all the injuries were, so that it nicked my femoral artery, and that she had to repair
I'm going to
that.
ask her how close, if she was to... Let me get the question. So I've got two questions for her, which I think are important. Is it normal for an inmate who is incapacitated to be handcuffed while receiving medical treatment in the infirmary? Did Mr. Might say anything about the incident that led to his leg injury to you? Did Officer Draider say anything about the incident that led to leg injury to Mr. Might to you? And how close to losing his leg was Mr. Might? Were these injuries consistent with gunshot wounds received at close range? Now, I'm not sure if she'll be able to answer that or not, but I have to ask it.
I don't know about losing your leg, but losing your life due to a severed femoral artery is
I'd change that to losing his life. The report specifically states it was very close to the femoral artery.
Yeah, because it actually nicked the femoral artery, she said, and if that bullet went straight through the femoral artery, and with the time that I was down, mate, chances are I wouldn't be here today.
Cool.
One
Okay,
bullet,
that's all we need.
one bullet was dangerously close to the femoral artery, and the other lodged deep into the calf.
I'm not going to read the questions for Lisa because you'll have a bit of a chuckle.
You know that she's going to try and lie whatever she can for him, right?
Of course.
But because it's his partner, surely we can just fuck that off if it gets too far, right?
Correct. Was she in the room?
She was, but between you and I, she was facing the other way.
Okay.
And she knew exactly what was going to happen because she turned around and said, "Oh, look at these folders." So I feel like she failed her duties by doing that.
I'm more just trying to build on that she didn't like you. She's been shoved in an oven previously.
You got 1 minute, by the way.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's where you fucking started.
Okay. Some housekeeping before we begin. I'm aware that it's standard for pending criminal cases to proceed civil actions, but the criminal filing for this occurrence was filed after the civil action was already given to the court. I also noted that the criminal case there had scheduling issues that have resulted in eventually being passed on by the Chief Justice onto my docket. Furthermore, I wish to let both parties know that while the result of these cases today may be used and referenced in the criminal case at a later date, this court will not let the result of today prejudice that filing. Both cases will be heard on their own merits. The evidential burden is different for both. Today is a civil action. The burden of proof is much lower than for a criminal case. But even should this claim fail today, that in no way will make it certain that the criminal case shall fail, and vice versa. Success here is in no way makes the criminal case certain to succeed. This court will hear no suggestions otherwise. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
She has a nice voice.
Okay.
Grayson's like National Geographic.
Statement of claim. On or about 23rd of September 2020, my client was shot by Officer Draider in prison, during which the officers claimed to be a prison riot. Due to prior harassment of Officer Draider's girlfriend, Lisa Atkins, including an alleged shoving into an oven incident, Officer Draider holds strong resentment towards my client. My client, Mr. Might, was treated and helped by a local doctor in the prison infirmary. After receiving treatment, my client woke up with his hands secured in handcuffs. Officer Draider was standing over my client with his gun still out. Upon being provoked by my client, Officer Draider shot my client several times in the leg while handcuffed in the hospital bed in the infirmary. Dr. Clementine Carini attended to Mr. Might's wounds. Mr. Might suffered significant damage to his leg along with the pain. He was unable to run for several days after the incident. Relief requested. $100,000 total for general, emotional, and punitive damages. Plaintiff side, any objections to the things I've read?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
I used to be the plaintiff.
I picked that up. I was waiting for you to say something.
I see Officer Draider has counsel.
Yes, Your Honor.
I am granting you special dispensation to work today without a senior attorney because one has been reached out to by this court and they are just simply unavailable. Don't worry about it, Ledson. You're free to go. Do this to your best of your ability.
Understood.
Are both sides ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, plaintiffs. Opening.
Nick Hamilton will take this, Your Honor.
Mr. Hamilton, the court recognizes you.
Thank you, Your Honor. The courts. There is an inherent duty of care for all in the penal system. A duty of care that ensures that no matter how hardened a criminal is imprisoned, there is safety in that system. That no matter how dangerous the surroundings, you can rely on that system to keep you safe. But what is one to do when that duty of care is broken? What can anyone do when an officer charged with keeping you safe draws his firearm, takes aim, and fires at you multiple times while handcuffed to a bed? A man who earlier took responsibility for his actions by pleading guilty to his transgressions was then almost killed while restrained by someone with whom his presence is supposed to feel both safe and secure. We will prove today through evidence and witness testimony that Reggie Might was lucky to keep his leg and his life due to the direct actions of Officer Draider, and that Officer Draider must be held responsible for his negligent and dangerous actions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hamilton. Defense. Opening arguments.
Solid.
Oh, God. No pressure.
All the
I'm
pressure in the
freaking
You
world.
out a
got
little
this,
bit.
Ledson. You got this, Ledson.
All right.
Just breathe.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I'm here today to prove that Reggie Might has an issue with CO Atkins and is trying to ruin Officer Draider's reputation in an act to get at CO Atkins. The plaintiff only has 2 witnesses and 2 pieces of evidence to try prove this fictional story true. Senior Officer Draider never acted out of the scope as a peace officer, and this hearing will prove that today. And that's all.
Thank you, Dr.
That's
Ledson.
short and sweet.
That's now Attorney Ledson. Please get that right, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yeah, remember he was
Sassy Ledson.
Yeah,
He's still a
I
doctor.
resigned.
Damn.
I would like
Let's
it on
get
the
session
record I
with Judge, that'll
resigned,
go well.
not got fired.
While I'm
Is that
writing this on the
noted?
record, are you saying that you gave up your MD degree when you quit being a doctor, Dr. Ledson?
It's debatable.
So you're still Dr.
So
Ledson.
the
Thank you,
plaintiff
Dr. Attorney
and the
Ledson.
defense's attorney both have something in common. They both murdered somebody.
That's a mouthful. It's also the first time Ledson's ever heard he's a mouthful.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Objection, hearsay.
Jesus. I'll sustain that objection. So let's move on.
Oh, you're fucked.
Plaintiff side, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then let us proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would like to start by calling up Dr. Clementine Carini to the stand.
Dr. Carini. Before we begin, I'd just like to note the court apologizes for the numerous times your surname was spelled incorrectly in the filing of this case. I know that thing could be... no, actually, it was your first name. Nobody could spell your first name. I apologize for that.
I couldn't spell. All right.
It's spelled wrong every time in the docket.
Nice.
Wow.
Jesus, change your name.
If you would swear this one in.
God damn.
Excellent. You could go ahead and
All
raise your
right.
left hand.
Fucking someone's a bit fucking.
Do you swear to tell the truth,
Fuck
the
'em.
whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury? So help you, Dusty.
I sure do.
She is sworn in. Proceed.
Thank you, Bailiff. How are you today, Doctor?
Incredibly tired and slightly dead inside. How are you?
Not too bad. I just had a coffee. Thank you.
Every day.
Could I ask your what your position is at Bolingbroke Penitentiary?
I'm the medical director there. I'm the head
Uh,
doctor at Bolingbrook.
Thank you. Were you on duty on the 23rd of September?
I was for a brief period of time.
Did you treat my client Reggie Might?
I did.
What were his injuries?
Two gunshot wounds, one graze that I believe was a graze from a bullet.
I know that you are obviously trying to save his leg, so if you can't answer this one, I understand. Were these injuries consistent with gunshot wounds received at close range?
They were gunshot wounds. I'm
Okay.
not a, firearm expert. I have no idea how.
Yeah, sure. How long after he received those injuries did you arrive to treat Mr. Might?
I was actually asleep off duty. I was called in to provide that medical care because it was something more than the locals could do. I want to say it was about 20 minutes later.
Okay. How close to losing his life was Mr. Might?
He was being properly cared for by the locals. He had things were a little on the low side, but I don't know how close to actually succumbing to those injuries he was. He wasn't in good shape, but he wasn't in the worst of shape.
When you arrived at the infirmary,
I think we
which
need to poke
officers
more
and
on the
DOC
femoral
officers
artery
were still
question
there?
to us then.
I've just let him know that.
I believe it was Adkins, and I don't remember the other one's name. Inslee, I believe.
Okay. So the police officers had left at that stage?
I did not see any police officers there, no.
Did Mr. Might... Actually, never mind. I don't need that one asked. Sorry, give me one moment. Is it normal for an inmate who is incapacitated to be handcuffed to the bed while receiving medical treatment?
Yes, that is standard practice. That is for my safety.
Thank you. If you can pull up the medical report, I just wanted to ask you a question about just something that's in the report.
All right. Go ahead.
It's evidence B, just for anyone who needs it.
I've got that.
Sorry, just one moment, Your Honor. In your report, you mentioned the bullet wound was very close to the femoral artery. Sorry if I've butchered that. Could you explain to me what would have happened if that artery was severed?
Heavy blood loss. It's pretty much if that is intended to immediately, you do run the risk of bleeding out. It was very close to it. It nicked it very, very slightly, but it was not completely, sliced and diced open.
Okay. Give me one moment. I may be done, but I just need to ask my co-counsel. Do you think there's anything else we can get out of her?
I don't think so. I think she's playing it pretty close to the chest and more on their side than ours. I think we've got about as incriminating a thing we're ever going to get out of her.
Cool. No more questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Shut up, Clarence.
Okay. Cross-examination.
No, I won't play chess with you.
1 moment, Your Honor.
No problem.
Jumping on chess, give me a sec.
Yo, my bad.
No, I got you. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah. Yo, thanks. Let's put some stress real quick.
Quick game, give me 1 sec.
Your Honor, I have no questions.
What?
for
Why
this
is
witness.
Lisa giving
Do you
the
wish to
fingers?
recall this witness?
Why she what?
Why is Lisa giving the fingers? Oh, you missed it. Put 'em
Uh,
off.
No, Your Honor, that's fine.
Dr. Creaney, thank you for your time. You may step down. If you wish to leave this courtroom, you may.
Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah.
Your Honor, at this time, we'd like to call up DOC Officer Lisa Atkins to the stand.
Of course. Correctional Officer Atkins. You may swear her in.
Can you go ahead and raise your left hand for me? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth on a penalty of perjury, so help you coop?
I do.
You are sworn. Proceed, Mr. Temple.
Thank. How are you doing today, Miss Atkins?
I'm all right.
That's good to hear. Were you on duty on the 23rd of September at Bolingbroke Penitentiary?
Yeah, I was.
Perfect. Did Mr. Mike get sentenced to time in Bolingbroke?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Are you friends with Mr. Mike?
No, I'm not.
On this day in question, did Mr. Mite assault you?
Yes, he did.
Was it an act that he performed by himself, or was there someone else there with him?
No, he was by himself.
Did he rob you?
He actually took all my stuff, my equipment. He actually started a prison riot by himself. Knocked both of us down. There was another DOC officer, Ansley.
at all.
Both of us were down, so we had to call it.
Fucking savage.
Okay, and
Hey, my
13A,
man.
does that mean that officers respond to the
Too easy.
prison?
Yeah.
What happened once the officers arrived in the courtyard?
As I recalled, I was on the ground while Reggie Mite was going through my pockets, taking all my stuff. He was trying to give me back my money, but he had already taken all my equipment. He was greeted by getting shot in the chest.
Taking all of her stuff but giving her money back. Interesting.
Do you like ovens?
Objection relevant?
What the fuck? Wow.
Rebuttal.
What? What the fuck?
I'll withdraw that question, Your Honor.
Withdrawn. Strike from the record.
Have you ever been forced into an oven while on duty?
Yes, I have multiple times actually.
Who
By
by?
Reggie Mite.
Did you fit fully into the oven?
Objection relevant.
Your Honor, I'm just trying to ascertain if she was shoved fully into an oven and it was closed up, or if she was hanging out the sides. So I'm just trying to get a visual for the court, Your Honor.
I'm going to let this one go. Objection overruled. I want to hear what the answer is.
That's right.
Answer the question, Miss Atkins.
I was being put on the stove actually.
Okay. Was it turned on?
Yeah, it was. I've had my injuries assessed by the local doctors, by one of our pillbox medicals, and also by Dr. Carini.
Okay. Is it normal for an inmate to be incapacitated? So, who was incapacitated to be handcuffed while receiving medical treatment?
Yes.
Objection.
Standard operation procedure.
Wait 1 second. What's the
This
objection?
is already asked and answered.
By a different person. I can, just so you know, I can ask multiple people the same question.
Okay.
That's the way this works, Jason. Overruled.
God fuck.
I feel bad for Legend. It's fucking
Sorry,
daunting.
can you repeat your answer on that one?
Doing my best wing.
Yes, it's a basic SOP.
At what stage is the person normally unhandcuffed?
Once they receive their medical treatment, and once the doctor says that the person's okay to go, we'll escort them outside and then uncuff them.
Thank you. Give me one moment. I'll just talk to my co-counsel, but I might have one more question.
Okay.
So she literally said that he was shot in the fucking chest and not in the legs. Like, that's ultimate for us.
Yeah. Also, do you wanna establish that she is Draider's girlfriend? Just ask plainly if they're
yes.
in a relationship.
Yeah.
Also, first,
1 moment, Your Honor.
she did also mention that I took all her stuff, which is bullshit, but then I
That
gave her
doesn't
money
matter.
back to her. That makes no
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Are you in relationship with Officer Draider?
Yes, I am.
What would you classify your relationship status as?
What does that have
Obviously not
anything to do?
single.
If there are no objections, you
Objection,
have to answer that.
relevance.
Okay. Rebuttal.
Your Honor, I'm just trying to establish how deep the connection is between them. If it's boyfriend, girlfriend, if they're engaged, if they're husband and wife.
Oh my god.
It leads back to the idea that Mr. Officer Draider was acting on behalf of protecting his girlfriend, wife.
I'm going to explain my reasoning here. I understand where you're going first. I'm going to explain my reasoning here so Jason understands what I'm going to say. I'm going to overrule your objection, Jason, but for one specific reason, because this specific line was mentioned in a statement of claim. Right? That's the relevance. It's foundational to his argument.
Understood.
Okay. Continue.
I'll just repeat the question as
Yes,
best as I
please.
can. Can you tell me what your relationship status is with Officer Draider?
We're in a relationship.
But if you were to put a card on it, are you boyfriend and girlfriend? Are you husband and wife? Are you engaged?
We're seeing each other. We're not engaged. We're not married.
Okay. I'll just see if my co-counsel's got anything else. Otherwise, I think we're good.
I think we're good. That's all we
Traitorous
need.
hostile.
I think we're all good.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Okay.
Am
Cross-examination.
I allowed to put her in the oven anymore?
Sure.
What?
Yeah.
How you doing, Lisa?
What?
I'm annoyed now.
Annoyed? Why? Why are you annoyed?
Because, you know what? I'm not going to answer that.
I could.
He's
it's
asked you a
relevant, but
question.
I
You
want to
should
hear it.
answer it.
No, it's
what it
fine.
is.
I was just
Okay.
being
Question
friendly.
being waived.
Objection. The witness is not answering questions, Your Honor.
He's withdrawn the question.
Okay, outfit.
Yeah.
Overruled.
Lisa, was there a riot on that day?
Yes, that was.
Wonderful. And did police respond to the riot?
They did.
As a result of the riot, was Reggie shot?
He did.
All right, and was Reggie armed during the riot?
Again?
He had my equipment. He had my
Yeah,
taser.
vomit.
He had my baton. My beanbag.
Okay.
She never carries a bean
Just one moment, Your Honor. Just seeing if I have any more
Check
questions.
your pockets before.
Is it standard procedure for lethal to be used during a riot if inmates are armed?
Yes.
Wonderful. That's all I have.
Do you know how hard it is for me not to get contempt and get thrown back in
Anything over
another
there?
4 years?
Nothing, Your Honor. That was good for us, so thank you.
Okay. Jason,
Bless
do you
my
want to
son
mark
so
this
hard.
witness for recall so you can expand the scope yourself, or are you good?
Oh, sorry. Yes, Your Honor. I'll have it down as recall.
Okay, you've been marked for recall, Miss Atkins. Thank you for your time, but please don't leave the courtroom yet.
What time, Sean?
Plaintiffs?
Yes, it is. Your Honor, at this time I'd like to call up Reggie Might.
That's
Okay,
me.
Mr. Might. Courthouse, Judge Crawford. Sure. Quick sidebar before we begin. Attorney, step forward.
Ooh, hope we've got whiskey at the bar.
Jason Lenson, do you want me to assist with any kind of objections that you may have?
If you're
You've got a
open to it,
judge
if
offering
n-
you some assistance. I would take it.
I would love it.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm still freaking
Any
out
objections,
right
guys?
Definitely not. I mean, he's
You
a
know.
junior attorney. He's looking to learn. No issues with that.
No.
Objections
fantastic.
is all I would be helping out with. I want to make that clear, not anything else.
That should be great.
I've
Yes,
been
I'd be.
tempted to step in a couple of times myself.
Okay.
So I understand entirely.
now. I'm learning. Okay.
Thank you, Judge
I'm
Crawford.
learning.
We've all been there.
Nick's still there.
What the fuck?
Alright, this is the part where you give me all the help and we trick them.
I'll whisper and then you're okay.
So,
You want to ask questions, or I will? I'm pretty fine doing it.
You go.
You just do
Okay,
closing.
you ready to swear this one in?
Judge, can I object to her being there because she said that she was going to kill me the other day?
Who?
That judge.
He's only saying that
granted, she
because
said
I
if-
ordered a group hug.
Well, that too.
How many people have offered to kill you in the last few days, Mr. Might? How many
One.
people are you asking me to strike from the courtroom?
Just the one. I'm sure when I see Draider and Clarence later, they'll want to kill me. That's
mean,
all right. I'll
yeah,
let
yeah,
her, as we were.
Okay.
Right, go ahead
Then
and raise
I'm gonna say
the
no.
cane.
Yep.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury, so help you dress?
I do.
He is sworn.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Bailiff. How you doing today, Reggie?
Mental health is pretty good now that I'm out of prison. But it's a cold day outside, so every time it's cold, my leg aches a really bad amount.
That's not good to hear. How do you know Officer Draider?
Bro, he's
he's a
got checked
police
so hard.
officer.
Yeah, I kind of fucked up there.
I'm gonna need you both to
That's
shut the hell up so I
non-responsive.
can
I'm
hear.
going to need a better answer than that.
I relaxed there, bud.
Sorry, ask the question again.
Yeah, relax, please.
How do you know Officer Draider?
I know him from him arresting me several times in the city.
Are you friends?
No.
Fucking no judges these days. Huh?
Have you had conflicts in the past?
That's what I'm saying.
Several.
Do you know Officer Draider's girlfriend, Lisa Atkins?
Yes.
How do you know her?
She's a DOC for the prison that I've attended many times.
Have you ever stuffed Officer Atkins in the prison oven like she was a Thanksgiving turkey?
2 times.
Okay, that was not stated in evidence so far. Why are we getting that from?
Your Honor, it was stated in the statement of claim that the oven you can look for reference to oven.
Yes, but Atkins said on the stand she was placed on the oven, not in the oven.
Granted, I did try and stuff her in the oven, but she kind of went on top of it instead.
Okay. I just want to be clear what we're talking about here. Thank you.
Thank you. Did Officer Draider ever talk to you about this incident with his girlfriend?
Yes.
Do you mind
Many times.
taking your turn?
Was he upset?
Speculation.
Oh, he was pissed. Upset would
Objection,
be an understatement.
speculation.
Rebuttal.
His state of mind.
Your Honor, I think it's not really speculation. If someone's upset at you, if they're yelling, I can
He didn't ask that.
rephrase and ask if Officer Draider was yelling, if you would prefer, Your Honor.
Yeah, if you want to rephrase.
When Officer Draider was talking to you about these incidences, did he raise his voice at you?
Officer Draider doesn't really raise his voice. You can tell when he's talking stern to you, and he also tased me the first time I saw him after it. I'd done nothing wrong.
Okay, let's fast forward to the day in question, the incident which occurred on the 23rd of September. Were you in jail on this day?
Yes.
What were you in jail for?
I robbed the bank.
How did you plead to the charges?
Shit.
Relevant?
I'd say I
Objection
played guilty.
relevant.
I usually play guilty. Play guilty to the charges that I do.
Your Honor, I think there's an objection there.
Yeah, for relevance.
Your Honor,
Whether he was pled guilty
the
or innocent has
police
no bearing
report
on
was
this
attached in terms
Whether he-
of what he pleaded to in our opening statement. We mentioned that.
Okay, let me open this police report.
Yeah, sure.
Whether he was pled guilty or innocent has no bearing.
Whether
on
he
this case.
pled guilty or innocent or not has no bearing on this case.
Do you have a specific rebuttal to that point?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. If someone pleads innocent and there was no lawyer available, then he would not have been charged in the eyes of the court with that crime. But because he pled guilty, he accepted that he did that crime. So I think there is a very distinct difference
But it's not relevant
in terms of
to
that.
any type of action your client allegedly took or did not take.
But it's not relevant to any action that your client wouldn't have taken.
I can rebut again, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm open to listening to argument at the moment.
Yeah, sure. In terms of our opening statement, we made various assertions, but that the fact that my client did plead guilty to these charges and that he was a prisoner, he was serving his time, and he was not upset for having to serve that time. I think he's got the right to fair and proper safety from the officers.
I
How does that have anything
don't
to do with whether he pled
think
guilty or not?
how he pleads should indicate how he's threat once in Bolingbroke either way. I'm not sure about your argument there first. Overruled. I mean, sustained. The objection came from Ledson. Sustained. Strike that answer from the record. If you want to rephrase and move on first.
I'd like you to pull up the police report, Reggie, that's filed under evidence.
Yeah, one sec.
Stenographer, do you have that police report open?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Does the defense side have that police report open?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You can proceed when ready.
Can you read out to me what is written the first line under where it says action taken?
Pled guilty.
Thank you.
Okay.
Glad we established that.
Yes. Give me one moment just to get back on track, Your Honor.
Of course.
Clearly still unreformed.
See, stuff like that.
Excuse me?
Listen, one more time. There will be a contempt charge. You
Doesn't really
talk
matter,
to
it's
me
irrelevant.
when it's your
Right.
turn. You don't harass witnesses in the stand.
Sorry, Your Honor. I thought I was talking quietly.
Okay, be as snide as you want under your breath.
Bro, how the fuck did you win?
Okay.
Can I request another sidebar?
You can.
Apologies.
Lawyer, step forward.
Plaintiff side will
Alright,
not
I'll just
shut
tell
the
Chad to
hell
shut the
up,
fuck
and I
up.
cannot hear anything.
Okay, which two's that?
Oh shit!
My
Sorry,
name's
I
not
thought I
Chad.
was whispering.
Twins right there. Red shirt, white shirt.
I imagine
This is the second time
warning.
I've had to tell them to be quiet.
I
Do you
will.
want me to sort them out there, Judge? I got it.
Do you have an oven in
Bailiff.
here?
There are two gentlemen standing behind the plaintiff's side. Red shirt, white shirt. Apparently, if they are harassing counsel, they won't shut up. Can you issue them with a warning?
Harassing
Wait, hold up.
counsel?
Harassing.
Excuse me?
No, this bitch can shut the.
Okay, Whitney,
Oh,
that's
calling
full
them
on.
out.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I'm.
Right,
Yeah,
contempt
full
of
shit.
court, both of them. 25 grand apiece, 5 months apiece.
Huh?
Oh my god, that's rubbish.
These will escalate rapidly if you continue.
All right, both of you follow me into the other room. Let's go.
How is this
Thank you,
harassment?
Sergeant.
I just need them to shut
the
the hell
record,
up.
you
They
said
can go
25K
over there and
how
talk
much?
all they want.
Look, here's the
but
thing. It was a warning until they came back at me, and that's when I had issued the contempt. It was just a warning until then. I will not put up with
Sorry,
that crap.
Millie.
And they're not calling anybody a bitch in my
Sorry,
courtroom.
Adam.
Okay.
Holy fuck.
God damn it,
I'm
let's.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You're a good judge.
Yeah, we're good. Everybody okay?
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Any more,
Yeah,
any more
alright.
issues? Anybody
Let's
else
just-
picking up a fuss?
I'm a little bit more shook from that one. 25 grand.
I am like
No, it doesn't
still
matter.
freaking out.
Okay, where was it?
I kind of feel sorry for Vincent. He's kind of being thrown in deep end.
Okay, on the day in question, where did this incident occur where the two DOC officers were assaulted by you?
Out the front of the cafeteria in Bolingbrook Penitentiary.
On this day in question, you try and shove Lisa into an oven or on top of the stove?
No.
Did you steal anything from Miss Atkins?
I took bandages from her, nothing else. I took money from her, and I gave the money back to her. Realized that I gave her too much money back and was taking my money back to correct that. And that's all I took was bandages, and that's it.
How much money did you have on you before you took money off her?
$8,000.
What happened to this $8,000?
How is this line of question relevant?
Because I had left it all in her pockets when I got shot down, she gave me back $7,000 after I was helped by the doctor.
That's nice of her.
She still took $1,000 of my money.
What happened to you when police arrived on scene?
So I was in her pockets, and it got gunned down by Officer Draider and Clarence. Do you want me to continue there?
No, that's fine. Where did they shoot you?
Originally, they shot me in my body. I don't remember exactly where they shot me, but in my body.
Did you pass out?
I did.
When you awoke, where were you?
When I woke back up, I was in the Bolingbrook Infirmary.
Were you handcuffed?
I was.
When you woke up, were there any officers in the room?
Officer Draider was in the room.
Was there anyone else in the room?
Lisa was there as well, the DOC.
Did you exchange words with Officer Draider?
I did. So when I woke up, Draider was pointing his AR at me. I believe the words that I said to him was, "Do it and I'll shove your girlfriend back in the oven."
What happened next?
He unloaded his rifle into my leg until I was incapacitated.
Where was Lisa Atkins in relation to Officer Draider in the room at the time you were shot?
Behind him, looking at the folders.
Why was she looking at the folders?
Because she knew exactly what was going to happen. She was originally
Objection,
facing me.
speculation.
He doesn't know why. She
Oh,
did
rework.
Your Honor.
anything.
Strike that from the record, please. Thank
You
you.
want me to
Continue.
reword?
No, we've drawn it. Was Miss Atkins originally looking at you when you woke up?
Yes. She looked at me and then turned away.
Who treated your leg wounds?
Dr. Clementine.
Thank you. Give me one moment. How was your leg the following day after the incident?
Incredibly, I can't use that word, sore.
Did the wounds to your leg prevent you from working your day-to-day job at Harmony Garage?
Yes. I was put to light duty, so I wasn't fixing anywhere near the amount of cars that I was originally fixing before I had my injuries.
Objection. Facts not in evidence.
If you have an objection, ask it anyway, even if you
First.
think it may be overruled.
Your Honor, I'm
Never
just
know.
asking for what he's been doing. If we filed evidence to that regard, it would be great for our claim of money, but we haven't done that. I wish we had put it into evidence, but him recollecting what happened afterwards is not facts in evidence. It's just what happened from his account.
He can say like how he felt, but he can't like monetarily or anything like that. But
Agreed. Overruled.
Sorry, can you repeat? I'll re-ask the question. Did it prevent you from working your day-to-day job at Harmony Garage?
Yes, I was put on light duties and wasn't able to fix cars, and I couldn't fix anywhere near the amount of cars that I used to before the injuries.
no, that's facts, not in evidence either.
Over in the following days after your release from prison, were you arrested for any crimes?
None, not even a speeding ticket.
Is this unusual?
Relevant?
Yes, very unusual.
Objection, relevance.
Your Honor, we're just proving that due to the leg being injured from my client, that his ability to run was affected, therefore committing crimes was not on his radar.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to give you the leverage you want here. First, I'm not sure it's helping you, but overruled.
Thank you, Your Honor. Give me one moment to talk to Co-counsel.
Like I said, sometimes.
What else do we
even
need?
if
I think we've got it covered. I've just been here scribbling away at the closing, and I think we've got pretty much everything
Gotcha.
squared away. I think now it depends on their examination.
Of course.
Sometimes I like to throw shit out there. Just to see what
No
sticks
more
to the
questions,
wall
Your
and
Honor.
Be surprised.
Okay. Cross-examination.
1 moment, Your Honor. Let me just get my notes together.
Okay. Now, if he objects, that's all you to help kind of defend your argument there.
All right, got it. How you doing, Reggie?
Asked and answered.
Okay, cool. I didn't really care anyway.
I didn't think you did. That's why I just wanted to cut it short.
Yeah, good idea. On the 23rd, was there a prison riot?
Yes.
Did you lead the prison riot?
Yes, after being no balls to by the 2 DOC in there.
Okay, and as a result of the riot, did police show up?
They did.
And what happened when the police arrived?
I was gunned down.
Okay. Were you armed at the time?
No. I had bandages on me. That's it.
Okay. And how many officers arrived?
To my knowledge, Draider and Clarence.
Okay. Let me see if I got anything else. Alrighty. And you were taken to the infirmary after you were shot down, correct?
That is correct.
Alright, and who was it that took you there?
Objection, Your Honor. This is already asked and answered. My client has already stated he was incapacitated at the time, so he actually wouldn't know that.
That's what I was going to say anyway.
I don't know, it sort of seemed like you were going to answer.
I was going to say the exact same.
Disregard, I'll
What
withdraw the
first?
questioning.
Okay, withdrawn. Strike the question.
Alrighty. I think that's all I have for now.
First, you
Yeah,
have
that's all the
anything
questions
else?
I have for this point in time. Thank you.
No, Your Honor.
Jason, do you want to mark this witness for recall?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Might, you are marked for recall. I mean, you're not going anywhere because you're the plaintiff. But, you know, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we have no more witnesses. We'd just like to talk to the medical report on evidence.
Okay. I'll pull up the medical report.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, we just in particular want to point out the whole medical report in terms of how life-threatening the wounds to my client were, as has been stated and is in the medical report. It nicked a artery that is life-threatening.
That is noted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just give me one moment. I don't think we have to highlight any other evidence.
No, that's all emphasized in the closing as well.
And Your Honor, just with the police report, I'd like to reiterate the words.
Okay, reopening the police report. 1 second.
Thank you. This is me trolling.
I have that open.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate the words below action taken, which read pled guilty. Thank you.
That is noted.
Perfect. We rest, Your Honor.
Okay. Plaintiff rests. Defense. We're a little early from where I normally schedule this, but because we're moving from plaintiff to defense, I am willing to grant everybody a 5-minute recess right now. Stretch your legs, get a drink, go to the toilet.
Thank God, because he didn't wait
Well,
for
if I
me
met
to
Your
actually
Honor.
write down the report.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
No problem.
The demonstration.
What the?
What the fuck?
Clarence, do I need to
Another
document
outburst
more
like that,
sexual
and there'll be a
harassment from you?
contempt charge.
No, it was a hypothetical statement. That's all.
How is it that I'm the least rowdy one here?
What? That was an invitation.
Hamilton,
to judge in person.
come here. Now.
Oh, fuck.
Here, hold on.
Wait, what did
I want to hear the two. Here, you can have my
Do it
spot,
again.
Francis.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Here, my
Do it again.
Another
can tell it's
outburst like
breaking.
that, and it'll be a contempt charge for all of you.
That's good.
Did
Yeah,
actually
they
That's
acted
like
completely off.
today.
Wait, wait. Wait, Grayson, did he get frisked for a baseball bat? DLC, can you please frisk that man to make sure he doesn't have a baseball bat on? him?
Yes, can DOC go frisk that man for a baseball bat?
Yeah, I got...
Oh.
What?
All right, you're good.
That's my wood.
I'm ready.
I am now calling this call back into session. If the defense would like to proceed with their side of the case.
Yep. I'd like to recall Lisa Atkins to the stand.
Was Miss Atkins added to the recall list?
I'm pretty
Yes,
sure she
I was.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Step forward.
Excuse me.
We have to be very careful and get objections here for anything other than chest wound.
Well,
This is the case right here. Okay, Hamilton.
Why not?
chest wounds?
How you doing, Lisa?
I'm
Well, I
alright.
already know. You're doing good.
Hmm.
Alrighty, I'll keep my questions pretty quick and simple. On the 23rd, when there was a riot, how many officers arrived?
I'm not too sure. I was already down. I only saw Draider.
Okay. Did you see any other officers?
I heard sirens. I didn't see anyone there except for him.
No, no worries. How many inmates were in prison at the time? On the day when the riot
I
occurred?
believe everyone else was in their cells except for Reggie. He was out in the just outside the cafeteria area near the visitation area.
Okay. And did the other inmates participate in the riot?
No.
Okay. Uh, if you were to respond to a riot with sorry, let me if you were to respond to a riot where inmates are armed, what is the protocol for entering a riot?
Sorry, could you repeat that again?
Yeah, I'll try to rephrase it a little. So in the event that there's a riot, and say you're coming into the riot and your other colleagues are already involved in it, what's the protocol in entering
What's
the
the
riot?
protocol?
Yeah.
We would have to take our non-lethal, such as our beanbags. The cops would bring in their ARs. We have our own ARs, but we usually let them have the lethal weapon, and we would bring our non-lethal.
Okay. In the event that they're armed and police haven't arrived yet, what would be the protocol then?
Let's say there is a medical doctor on duty. We would have to clear them out, have them locked in a room, which is the office upstairs in the cell block, and we would detain all the other inmates that are not involved in the riots in their cells and have them locked until we deal with the riot itself.
Okay. That is all I have.
Oh, that is brilliant.
Your Honor, can I ask a question?
Are you entering yourself as an attorney for
I'm
Officer
his
Draider?
supervisor. I'm Ledson's supervisor for this.
Okay. I mean, the court recognizes Daisy Dukakis as a senior attorney. Any
Okay.
objections from first?
Objection.
Do we want to remove the judge then? If
Daisy
Dukakis
was the
is in?
DOC.
You're on it's highly unusual. Maybe we get Daisy to pass on what she wants to ask to Ledson, so he asks it.
That's fine with me.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. I'm just gonna write it down.
Okay.
Here you go.
Okay. Actually, I have one more question, Your Honor, before I finish up. Is that okay?
It is.
All right, wonderful. Lisa, you said you have your own ARs, correct?
Yes, we do.
Is it protocol to use them if necessary in a riot?
Yes.
All right, that's all, Your Honor.
Plaintiff side. Any questions on this?
One moment, Your Honor. I really don't have anything to redirect on.
No, unless you want to hammer down that they weren't used. If you want to ask if they did use their ARs.
Did DOC officers use their ARs at any time during the riot?
No.
Okay, thank you. No more questions, Your Honor.
Any more from the defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Ready to object.
Did you have time to use an AR in the riot?
Let them. I don't care.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
They're staying
Okay,
away
thank
from
you.
everything we want them to keep locked in.
Yeah. Oh, good hit, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Atkins. You may step down. You may now leave the courtroom if you wish. Thank you for your time. It is appreciated.
Thank you, Judge.
If she had time to use her AR, would she not have just shot me with it instead? Or would I not have had it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, the thing we want to, the
Next
thing we want
witness,
hammered in is that
defense.
you were. She already stated that you were shot in the chest.
I'd like to recall Reggie Marmite.
Sorry?
Objection?
Sorry, Reggie.
You want to
Mike.
badger
Sorry,
me
I was
anymore,
thinking
mate?
of the wrong thing.
Mr. Might, step forward.
Keep it up, Ledson.
This is middle name.
Was that a threat?
No, I'm just saying, you're doing a good job. Keep it up.
Oh, that's sweet.
Like a threat.
That's definitely tilting him right now.
Alrighty.
You must have had any positive reinforcement.
Okay, stop. Go ahead.
Did you try blackmailing Draider?
No.
Objection. Facts not in evidence.
Okay.
Rebuttal. Would you like to confer with Judge Crawford first?
Actually, yes, I would.
Mhm.
When we're done, you're gonna have to add that objection to your notes. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Facts not in evidence.
True.
It's pretty self-explanatory, but it's not on the list that I'm staring at 24/7 to make sure I don't miss one.
Gotcha.
Your Honor.
Rebuttal?
Was said verbally, so it's hard to enter something verbally into evidence. So I'm trying to sustain whether it actually happened. I think I said that right.
I understand what you're getting at. Objection overruled. Continue the question. Ask it again if need be.
Did you try blackmailing Draider, Reggie?
No.
Have you been trying to harass other people of the PD to get a quick payment?
No.
Okay. Have you had any other medical treatment outside the prison since leaving?
Do that factor on over?
I have. I have been had checkups at Pillbox.
I will, yeah.
Okay. And what type of checkups were they?
General checkups. Or are you talking to in regards to have I had anything to do with my leg? You went to
Well, in relation to the injury, that's why, since leaving the prison.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you weren't too specific.
I was specific.
You didn't say to the leg, but anyway, I'm not going to argue it to you.
Right.
I have seen Dr. Noah Drake before about it, getting the checkup on that, making sure that everything's still working right as I was cleared to use my leg again, like normal, because I was given 3 days from Dr. Clementine.
Okay. All right, no worries. That's all I have.
I don't know where he's going with these questions, but I don't think we have to ask anything.
I double D to go ask if all his legs work, including his middle one. One moment, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Because he is going to be inherently hostile to you.
Mr. Myatt, at this
Yes.
current stage, are all of your legs in working order?
They are, except for when it gets cold, like I said earlier, it does ache a lot.
Middle one included?
Objection, relevance.
That one works
Sustained.
alright.
Withdrawn then, Your Honor. No further questions.
Yeah, sorry.
Strike from the record. We want it noted that Mr. Mike does not have a middle leg.
What? I do have a middle leg. Don't make
Pipe down.
me get contempt,
Pipe
please.
down.
All right, I've got it on the record. Mr. Mike does not have a third leg.
That's your fault.
Woman?
He said it's cold and it shrivels up.
Judge, please.
I've also bolded it and made it like size 22 font, so that way it's
Judge.
firmly on the record.
Only thing
From-
firm around here.
Okay. I'm not getting contempt today.
Good boy.
Your Honor, we got no
Boy,
more
do I look
questions.
like a freaking dog?
Okay. Anything from the defense side?
No, not at this time.
Mr. Mike, you may step down. I hope it's not too cold in here for you.
I'll step down with both my legs, not my
Doesn't matter if it's cold, Your Honor.
You
it's
don't
already
have a
been,
third leg. It's on the record. Keep
That's
moving.
what I just.
Anything
spider
that
on your
claim
foot.
might be
They're
closing
fucking
up.
testing me.
Jump with your third leg.
It's on, baby. It's
Yeah.
cold outside.
You need to jump, Mr. Mike.
There we go.
When the defense is ready to proceed with the next witness.
Alrighty.
Why
Your Honor, sorry, could I just motion to have the heat turned up in here a little bit for Mr. Might?
Objection. I'm really
I'd
toasty
appreciate
right now. I
that.
prefer it to stay cold.
Yeah, you.
It's already pretty
Judge
warm in here.
Grayson,
Yes. Judge
motion
Crawford.
to rename this the roasting of Reggie Might instead of Reggie Might v. Draider.
Can we rename it the roasting of Lisa?
Well, according to the records, Mr. Mike, you never got her in the oven.
Your Honor,
Okay.
if this is
We're
called a
coming back
roasting,
into order right now
it's awfully cold over this side of the room.
because none of you have ever been involved in a roast.
Because Reggie's a cold son of a bitch.
Right. Back
You
in
know
order.
what?
Defense, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to call Senior Officer Draider to the stand.
Ready for some crosses on him.
Senior Officer Draider, if you'll step forward. Bailiffs, this one will
Don't
need to be
cross him
sworn
into
in.
the oven.
Go ahead and raise your left hand for me. Do you
See
swear
how
to tell the
cranky he
truth,
already
the whole
looks?
truth, and nothing but the truth, under penalty of perjury? So help you, Mexi.
Got it.
I need a yes.
Yes.
What?
Thank you. He's been sworn in.
I don't believe in this, Mexi.
Alright. How you doing, Officer Draider?
I'm okay.
Good to hear.
Awake.
On the 23rd of September, were you on duty?
Yes.
Alrighty. Did you respond to a call at Bolingbrook that day?
Yes.
Alrighty. What was the call about?
No, I had two 1013 Adams inside the prison.
Alrighty. How many officers responded to that with you?
Can you treat him as
Myself.
hostile?
That is all.
On across the
Yeah,
inherent
okay.
is.
How many inmates were in the prison
He's
once you
lying.
arrived?
I don't know. I
Okay.
only ever saw one.
Alrighty.
When do you ever see one officer
which
go to a
inmates
prison
did you
riot?
see?
Reggie might.
Understood. In the event of a riot, what is the protocol? Protocol when entering a riot if inmates are armed?
Get all inmates, detained and neutralize any threats.
Understood. Alrighty, that's all I have for now.
Where the fuck's he?
I don't have anything.
Mr. Temple.
Do you have anything?
The fuck was that question?
Wait
Is
one
it-
second.
is it
I'm going to give
asking if-
Letson some leverage here. What happened there? Do you need another question before we move on?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you have the leeway.
Does it work if we ask him if it's standard for one officer to respond to a prisoner riot? Because he's lying on that.
I don't think it
Officer
matters.
Draider,
At
at
the
any
moment,
point
we've
did
established everything we
Reggie
need to
might
establish.
attempt to blackmail you?
Yes.
Sorry, what was the answer? Sorry.
Yes.
Alrighty. Had he been trying to harass other people around you to get a quick payment?
Throughout the week after the incident, yes.
Gonna throw in speculation.
Alrighty.
No.
I think that's all I have for now.
Good thing that they asked Lisa that. It's just his word and mine.
You find it by redirect, Your Honor?
Of course, cross-examination.
Thank you. Officer Draider, did you ever retain legal counsel before the sorry, let me rephrase. When did you retain legal counsel for this case?
For this case?
Yes.
About an hour beforehand.
Okay. So there was no attorney to be reached out to in terms of a settlement?
Negative.
Okay. What's the difference between settlement and blackmail?
Oh, this is good.
I don't know, you're the lawyer.
I was just trying to see if I understood it. One moment, let me just ask my co-counsel.
Okay.
I think we kind of just squashed that already.
Yeah, everything that we need has already been established in our direct.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Sorry, I had an emergency in my head there. Sorry.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Your Honor, I'd like to strike everything from all of that.
Uh-huh.
It's outside the scope. Sorry.
How's it outside the scope? He talked about
I entered a Zen
blackmail.
Buddhist state to take everything in.
Wait.
Unfortunately, that didn't seem to work for you, sir.
I know I died.
But scope has now been opened up if you would like to step forward and ask some more questions on what was just asked.
But I don't understand what's happening here. What does this mean?
Can the stenographer please restate if you got the questions down so Ledson is aware what was asked? That would be appreciated.
Yeah, I can do that for you. You ready, Mr. Ledson?
Yes, yes.
You don't have to, Your Honor, me. I know I'm real pretty.
You really shouldn't.
Yes, you're a stenographer.
And unlike you, an actual lawyer. So when did you get counsel? He said about an hour ago. He asked if you had been reached out to about settlement. He said no idea. And he asked if you knew the differences between a settlement and a blackmail. And he was like, I don't know. You're the lawyer, not me.
Yep, that's about right.
Okay.
So your scope's opened up in those regards. Any questions on those matters or anything else covered so far?
No.
Okay.
I kind
Sorry,
of
I'm
feel
sort of
really
lost
bad
my
for him
bearings
now.
because I had to rush in my head.
And these things happen.
I would have got
and
them
the
all
court
out
will
in
make allowances.
different ways.
Yeah, for
However,
sure. I'm
if you can
just-
tell me before it happens, I will put the court into emergency recess and we will wait for you.
I did tell the wonderful judge. There was a cat that was drowning in the sink, Your Honor. I had to tend to it.
Your imagination is a
It can't
beautiful
swim,
thing,
okay?
Jason.
It's a baby kitty cat. You
And-
don't want to imagine a wet pussy.
Your Honor, do you want to put on the record that
I don't
Jason
have to
Ledson
imagine
dreams
those
of
things.
wet
The fact
pussy?
you do is...
My hands were full with a wet pussy, Your Honor.
Your Honor, do you want this on the record or do you want me to strike that?
No,
Your Honor-
that can go on the
First time in
record.
your life?
All right, I will be writing down that Jason
Your
Ledson
Honor,
dreams of wet pussy. Got it.
Was
Entertained.
he drowning in
Your
it,
Honor,
or was
it'll
the
be
cat
the only
drowning?
time you hear me talk of a wet pussy in my life.
We know.
Can we put it in there that my favorite boy is now dreamt of a wet pussy?
Your Honor, it needs to be added on the record that not all wet pussies are bad.
Could someone please fetch this man a bucket and a mop?
Was it wet and gushy? Can we have that on the record?
It was dripping everywhere, Your Honor.
I didn't hear gushy. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Oh god. Okay.
Okay, proceed.
Didn't he say you had no further questions?
Sorry, give me a second to get my bearings here. Just got wet pussy all on my mind now.
Fuck's sake.
All right, Draider. How many times did Reggie might try blackmail you?
At least 5 times, from memory.
Alrighty, and how
Come on,
much
that
was he
doesn't
trying
sound
to
like me. It would've been at
What
least
was
like
he trying to
20.
blackmail you with exactly?
He basically said things along the lines as that he has my job in his hands and that he's going to go to my superiors, aka being Trooper Snow. And he was asking for $25,000.
And that was to prevent him from trying to go to your superiors over nothing?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all good.
And who were
Which
the
he
other
did.
people? Do you know the other people that he went to try blackmail as well?
This one's got to be.
He did so in front of Lisa. I
but Lisa
believe
wasn't asked
he
about it.
harassed
Objection,
Clarence about it.
speculation.
Rebuttal? You need to step back and talk it over with the other attorneys at your desk. That's okay.
Yep. One moment. Okay. I'll get that stricken from the record. That's fine. I'll re-ask.
Okay.
Were you present during any other conversations when, like, sorry, I'm getting tongue twisted right now. Were you present with any other people when he was blackmailing them?
He tried to blackmail me in front of Lisa. That was the first time.
Okay. And how many times has he done it with you being there to your other colleagues or friends?
Objection, Your Honor. Asked and answered.
Rebuttal?
I'm trying to find out if he's done it to other people other than just Lisa.
What exactly are you saying was asked and answered?
Ledson himself already asked how many other times Reggie has done it. The defendant stated roughly 5 times, approximately 5 times.
That was individual. Him alone. This is in relation to people around him.
Okay, he's getting more specific. Overruled. Do you need to re-ask the question, Officer Draider? Are you okay with that?
No,
Okay.
I'm okay. The only other time I can remember is I got him to admit it in front of Officer Casanova. That was the only other time
Who in
he
the fuck
tried
is that
to
behind
with
us?
someone else present.
So, Mr. Wayne,
What the fuck?
That is all the questioning I have for now.
Your Honor, I'd like to ask if that's the Ledson's wet pussy.
Okay.
Hey, good
What the
looking.
fuck do you mean? Why don't you want me, you fucking dumb cunts? It's way difícil to know
Watch your language, or you will be hit with contempt.
My eyes hurt. Can we hit it?
Are we putting on the record that
Call me later.
Clarence wants to hit that?
Absolutely.
No, I wanted to use my nightstick and.
Whoa, whoa,
All right, you know what? Let's just stop there.
Calm
I
down.
know. Hey,
Just stop
strike that from the
talking,
record.
Clarence.
Gage is on trial
Stop
here.
No,
He's
keep
like
it
the
on the
man.
record.
No.
Talking, Clarence. Clarence.
Motion to keep that on the record.
I got a couple of
Sorry.
bubbles
Yeah,
and
yeah,
lost
I'll be right there. Sorry, I gotta go. I just gotta.
I don't answer to you. I
It's
answer
all
to the
good,
judge.
Clarence. I'll be at your place
Okay,
with a
what were you
couple of bubbles
asking,
and
Miss
lost.
Blackwell?
Oh, if we want it on the record that Sergeant Williams
I
wants
know.
to hit, I believe that's Mr. Kerr with his nightstick. If you want that on the record as well, I can put it in size 14 of font, just like I did for Mr. Might not having a third leg and Jason.
Yeah, let's have that on the
Mine
record.
was in size 22 font. Thanks. So if you could
It
put
was
that
too
in
big.
size
It took up
22
too
as
many
well.
pages.
Oh shit.
Unlike your lack of a third leg.
Yeah, Wayne, make sure you call me later, mate.
Do we want to redirect anything?
Get
I don't think we
fucked.
do.
Nah.
That's what he's trying to do, sir.
Your Honor, we have no more redirects or anything on that.
Okay. Officer Draider, Senior Officer Draider, I apologize. You may step down. Thank you for your time. Please don't leave the courtroom.
Does that mean people have to call me senior attorney?
I don't know. Will you mold if they don't?
Not really.
That's
Probably
the
not.
I don't
difference.
actually care.
Defense.
Yes,
To
Your
be
Honor.
fair, I gave myself that title.
Next witness.
I don't have anyone else at this point in time.
Did you recall all the witnesses you kept here?
Yes, the only witness I didn't recall was Kareem.
And
Okay.
the only other person he had down for recall was Mr. Might, who has to be here anyways, Your Honor.
He does indeed. That's what I was taking notice of.
No.
Okay. Do you need time for closing arguments?
Actually, Your Honor,
Okay.
am I able to recall Lisa?
Haven't you already done that?
Yeah, I have. I was told to ask. I think they're making me look dumb. I don't think they like me over here.
Riot. He's gonna ask about the black one.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Will
don't want to
puppy dog
prejudice
eyes
your
work,
argument.
Your Honor?
They don't, but I don't want to prejudice your argument. And as it's your first time, if you've missed things and there are no objections from the plaintiff, I will allow it.
I think it's.
Give
gonna
me
be
one
about the
moment,
black
Your
man.
Honor.
Do we want to ask for a sidebar and specifically just ask if
I'm
it's
about
about
to-
the black
I'm about
male?
to
I'm
huff
happy.
some-
to
Your Honor, can we have a sidebar?
You can step forward, attorneys.
Go up. Go up.
I mean, I would be saying no here, but if it's a line
I'm
of questioning
happy
that
for it
I'm
to be no.
okay with, then
I mean, my major
maybe-
issue is I don't want, because it's his first time, he's missed some questions
Yeah.
that he actually needs to, like, prejudice his whole argument, right? That's the thing. Like, going forward, this kind of latitude doesn't generally exist. But, you know, first time, he
happy
didn't
for it
have
to
a
be a
senior
no, you
attorney
know.
with him at the beginning. You know,
Yeah.
and I know, you know, what's like.
Can I
train
ask what the
somebody.
question is, and I'll tell you if I'm fine with it, which will most likely be a yes.
I mean, I don't want him to give away his whole strategy here. Some of it's got to be like off the cuff first. What I will say
Okay.
is, how many questions do you have?
Probably
Your
2 or
Honor, now
3 at
Clarence
most.
Williams is trying to say
Okay.
that he
Do
hit
you have
me
any
with his
objections? Just
nightstick.
2 or 3.
Whoa, you. Clarence.
Wait, what was
Your
that, sir?
Honor, that's false.
Is your girlfriend gonna be happy with this?
We're having a sidebar.
Can we email all that to Nova Walker, please?
Oh,
Okay,
yes,
what's
sir.
the-
I think I
Oh.
actually have Miss Walker's email.
Can you restate the question, Your Honor?
Yeah. So I like if he's got 2 or 3 questions, is there anything he can really ask in that amount of time to totally undercut your argument first? Like, are you worried about it? What's
This is the one witness that I was worried about, to be quite frank, Your Honor.
So it's up to you. Honestly, first, this is
I'll
kind of
leave
down
it
to
up
you.
to you first.
If you want to put up the objection, then I won't allow it. If you're going to give him some latitude, I would appreciate it. The court would appreciate it.
I don't mind first if you don't want to.
Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Thank you first. It's appreciated.
Wait, I'll get my.
What the fuck?
So far, me. I'm winning this.
Okay, can we get that stricken off
Miss
with the
Atkins, if
third
you
leg
can
thing?
reapproach the witness stand, you have been
How
recalled.
much do you need?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you bribing me, Mr. Knight?
I don't bribe people. I learnt my lesson about that.
Correct answer.
But he doesn't learn.
You're not wrong. I don't.
I think
know.
we'll be fine.
This witness has already been sworn in.
Yeah, I do as well.
When you're ready, Mr.
No
Leslie.
worries, Your Honor. One moment.
I don't think they're down the path that we don't want them down.
I don't think so either. I think this is going to be.
How you
about
doing,
blackmail.
Lisa?
Still the same.
Still the same. Okay, perfect.
Objection asked and answered.
It's not even a question.
Okay.
I wouldn't know. She may have PMS. She might be having a mood swing, Your Honor.
Okay, we're not going down that aisle.
Jason.
Shoot him with the gun, Your Honor.
What?
Listen,
I was just rebuttaling.
even I know that.
I mean, I would tell you if I'm having my PMS.
Well, unless you guys want to hear about the Vegemite
Stop.
Valley.
Oh, my chocolate starfish. Yeah.
Oh, you have that! Damn it!
This one's mine. Get your
What?
own.
How'd you get one?
I'm special.
Montag stole mine.
Okay.
Back on topic.
Continue.
All right. Lisa. Sorry. Let me get my bearings here. All right. Were you with Draider when Reggie tried blackmailing you too?
Yes, I was. I was in the infirmary room when he asked
first.
Draider for 25 grand.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
I've got a question that you can redirect with.
And has he tried blackmailing you
Write it down.
outside of the prison?
Yep, he called me the next day saying that I have 24 hours to respond to his quote unquote request or something's gonna happen. And then he tried to call me again after that a few more times. I just did not answer his calls.
Okay. And
He sent me
I
a
guess the-
text too.
Alrighty. And the last question, did he specify what he was gonna do?
Well, not to me. He told Draider.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right, that's all, Your Honor.
You're asking
It's
that one.
happened.
Okay.
No,
It's
we're not
happened.
answering that.
Honestly,
We're
it's
asking that.
happened. Do it. You want no balls.
Any questions?
I'm
assuming there are.
Yeah, just
There's no way he's
back
actually going to
on
answer
what was
that.
open in scope in terms of
Ask it.
period.
Oh no.
Wow.
No.
Oh no.
Your Honor, I'm just trying to ask if something that occurred in the prison
Oh no.
that my client's alleging.
Doing it.
Be very specific. Be very careful if this gets personal.
Is he
will
gonna
not
ask
be
about
impressed.
my vagina?
God.
He better not.
I am not. Let me just confer with my.
I think you should
Yeah, that's
rethink
what
that
I
line of
thought.
questioning
That's what I
entirely.
thought.
Did this actually happen?
Did it actually happen?
Yes, it has actually happened. She
Oh
tried to
my
do it
God.
before.
Threatened or did?
No, threatened. That's to stop me from acting out.
You know, I'm not going to ask it, but it did happen. But yeah.
Okay, well, I appreciate your restraint, Mr. Temple. I do not want it descending that way.
Can I ask it?
No. No,
I
Reggie,
am,
you can't
look,
ask
I
it.
am going to tell you
Your
flat out.
Honor,
You
I
ask these
feel like I
questions.
want to know.
Oh,
I want to know the question. What is he about?
Do you want
I
me
will
to
tell
ask
you
it?
afterwards.
Do you
No, I'll
want me to
tell you
ask it?
afterwards. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you for not descending in this courtroom. And Mr. Hamilton, if you ask the question, the punishments that first was going to get will be doubled because you know my objections.
He actually
to
said
them.
no. He actually said no
Okay.
to it, Your Honor. I don't think we need to actually ask any other questions.
Okay. Then I am going to let Miss Atkins step down. Thank you for your
Thank you, Your
patience
Honor.
and coming back up here.
Yeah.
Right. How long do you guys need for closing arguments?
Miss Atkins.
Probably 10 minutes should be fine.
I'm going to allow both of you to approach evidence again at the start of your closing arguments. If
See?
you have any evidence that is on the record that you want to go over, you can do so then. This 10-minute break will also give you a chance to go over that for anything you want to highlight or discuss.
Okay.
Told you
Okay.
should have asked.
Not a problem.
Okay, 10 minutes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court is in recess.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is there anything? Well, let's move over.
What'd you say, bitch?
Have
Yes,
you-
Your Honor.
Everybody's closings are ready. You're ready to go over evidence.
Ready on this
Also,
side, Your Honor?
Yes, Your
if he
Honor.
says something
Okay,
during
then,
the
court is back in
closing
session.
argument that you
Plaintiff
that
side
was
when
not
you are ready
brought
to
up during
proceed.
the actual trial itself, you can object.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. People of the court, We have ourselves an admitted criminal that has no qualms about his demeanor and actions. The sort of person that doesn't think twice about taking on 2 armed correctional officers single-handedly after an alleged noseballs, that will attempt to give back an unconscious woman's money while rifling through their pockets. Reggie Might is a complicated and dangerous man. That in no way removes the duty of care inherent in his incarceration. Police responded to, and I quote, one-man riot, and Correctional Officer Atkins stated under oath that in response to that riot, Reggie was shot by police and treated by Dr. Carini for a chest wound while handcuffed. Evidence B reports that he was shot and nearly killed due to gunshot wounds to his right leg.
Objection. Sorry, I'm having a tongue twist here. Facts not in evidence, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we're happy to withdraw. Give me one moment, my upper attorney.
What's the facts not in evidence?
So what you said was that Carini treated him after the gunshot
Strike the
was
last
done.
statement.
But in fact, the local doctor treated him for the chest wound, and Carini treated him for the leg wound. So what you want to make clear is that officers came in and shot him in the chest, and he was treated by a local doctor for that. And then that was what was admitted to. Yeah, yep.
All right, correction, Your Honor. My mistake. If I can just go back to that paragraph. Police responded to a, and I quote, one-man riot, and Correctional Officer Atkins stated under oath that in response to that riot, Reggie was shot by police and treated by a local doctor for a chest wound while handcuffed. Evidence B reports that he was shot and nearly killed due to gunshot wounds to his right leg. Dr. Carini and Correctional Officer Atkins both testified on the stand that Reggie was handcuffed throughout the entirety of his treatment. How then does a handcuffed man being treated for a gunshot wound to the chest then sustain multiple gunshot wounds to his right leg, as reported by Bolingbroke Penitentiary's Chief of Medicine? We now all know the answer to that. Officer Draider, angry at the plaintiff's earlier interactions with his significant other, pulled his police-issued firearm and fired multiple shots at a recovering patient while under both Bolingbroke Penitentiary and the Los Santos Police Department's duty of care.
Objection. His statement of testimony, Your Honor.
Rebuttal?
Which part?
To the part of Draider shooting someone.
I mean, my rebuttal be that's what we're arguing in the case. It's our entire argument.
This is their closing. I'm willing to give latitude. Overruled.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all.
Do you want to look over any more evidence, plaintiffs? Anything you've got there? Anything else you'd like to highlight that wasn't highlighted previously?
Your Honor, I'd probably just highlight that he did plead guilty.
Okay. Defense, are you ready for your closing statements and to go over some evidence?
Alrighty. Alright, I got this. I don't got this.
You got this, Jason. You got this.
I don't got this.
You got it.
Your Honor and the people of the court, I'd like to point out the only relevant evidence in this case is the medical report by Dr. Carini. Reggie Might states that he advised he was told to see a doctor after 3 days for a checkup in a report that states nothing about being advised that. Reggie Might also says he was on night duties at work, but again, where's the proof in that? Reggie says he went for medical checkups regularly for the injuries he sustained in prison, but again, where's the proof in that? CO Atkins, Senior Officer Draider have both both stated it is protocol to use lethal means during a riot when inmates are armed. Nothing has been shown to the court to even prove that Reggie deserves anything. All that was shown that he was an unruling inmate who is still yet to be reformed. That's it, Your Honor.
That is noted. Okay. Court's going to go into
But I'm a
recess for a
good
few
boy.
moments while I deliberate. I will be as fast as I can. It may take some time. You're just going to have to wait. Keep yourselves under control. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Nope. I'm here. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, we can, Your Honor.
Are you ready for my verdict?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Okay. We are now back in court. Court is resumed. On the balance of probabilities, and because no alternate series of events that could account for the gunshot wounds inflicted on Mr. Might's legs has been offered, this court finds that due to the preponderance of evidence levied today through medical reports and witness testimony, that Senior Officer Draider is to be held liable for the wounds inflicted outside of the scope of his duty.
Yes!
The problems now arise when attempting to come with an adequate amount to compensate Mr. Might. With no evidence of loss of income that's been given, no evidence as to medical costs that have been offered, no evidence of psychiatric damages or for future earning losses have been offered or fought. All this court is left with is punitive damages. This was a grave action taken by Senior Officer Draider, yet the court sees the aggravating factors influencing his actions. The court finds Senior Officer Draider liable to the amount of $20,000 to be paid to Mr. Might in the next 30 days. This ruling in no way indicates criminal culpability or liability. That's the ruling of this court. This court is now adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
20K is big
Thank you, Your
money.
Honor.
That's good.
You ready?
Thanks, guys. Good win. Right, I gotta go clean my house before they raid me.
Yeah.
Yes!
First, can you just block any raid